All right, greetings world. And tonight I'm happy to be interviewing my new friend Natalie Guo from Singapore. She's also a mindset coach and she specializes in teaching people about language, Thai language. Okay, and so she is going to come and I'm just going to wait for her to join on this interview here. Then I'm probably going to edit this first part out until she joins. So anyways, I'll just be talking a little bit about what I've been up to lately, and that is trying to bring people together, trying to help people share their story, trying to create a platform that maybe people had something important. All right, she's there. Okay, it says adding. It's going to bring her in 2 seconds. It's still loading, Natalie, if you can see this. Hi, Natalie. Can you see?
Hi, Jack. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm glad that it finally is working. It took a bit to figure it out.
A bit of delay as well. Yeah, I just saw the notification. Um,
So,
yeah.
so
Are
how's
you
your day going?
okay?
How's your day going
It's
so
good.
far?
Just still beginning of the day. Yeah. I think it's gonna be good, but it just started, so I haven't done much today.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff ahead on your schedule to be working on.
Um, yeah, today I'll work on some of the presentation for my upcoming course in Singapore. Yeah. Um, that will be on essential Thai for holiday. So basically, I'll be teaching Thai language for people who in Singapore who like traveling to Thailand.
Wow, cool. Yeah, it seems like you're really busy all the time. You have a lot going on. Eh?
Yeah, yeah. I wish I have more like 24 hours a day so I can get more things done. How
Yeah,
about
yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, me too. I've been trying to keep as busy as I can and talking with as many different people as I can. I think as a coach, the main thing is just always talking with people and then trying to be able to help them in whatever their problems are, right? So the more you talk with people, I think the better.
Yeah, I can see your schedule on Facebook is quite packed.
Yeah, well, for just a period of my life, I'm on EI, and so I'm trying to do the maximum I can. So when my EI runs out and I have to work again, I've got like some major leaps forward with everything I'm doing. So that's why I'm really pushing my max right now.
Right. Shall we start? Yeah.
Yeah, for
Do you
sure.
have
Okay.
questions for me? Or
Yeah, I do right here. I took a picture on my other phone so I can remember. So the first question is, can you begin by sharing your story, a short summary of how you got to where you are today?
well, it's quite a long journey. I'm originally from Thailand. As you see, my Facebook name is Lut. Kunkur is actually the word for teacher. I've been teaching Thai since 18 years old, but now I'm yeah about my life. I'm 37 years old, so I don't want to just teach Thai anymore. So my Thai language isn't just about Thai language; it's about proactive mindset, about helping my students achieve their goals in life, which is through Thai language. But it's not easy to learn a language. I myself learned English many years. It took me many years to learn English as well. But I learned that it's not about what you learn, it's about how you learn it more. Um, Having the right strategy is important, and most important thing is the right mindset. Because learning a language is not easy. It could be a lifelong journey, or at least keep you busy for the first few years. But it can really change your life. At 17 years old, I couldn't speak any English, probably just vocab like car, chair, and all that. I can't put them together. I couldn't put them together in sentences. So it took me about 2 years to switch from a Thai language world to English world. Basically, I spend almost every minute of my free time or almost any time to just practice thinking in English, listening to something in English, having a lot of language input in English so I can pick up English that I have today. So I hope to help some. people here in Singapore who want to learn Thai a similar way by learning, picking up the language that they want to learn, which is Thai. Sometimes I do try to help my friends who are Thai and want to learn English as well.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, it's really interesting how you connected language and mindset training together like that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does it. I know a lot of teachers and I saw a lot of online, all these focusing on the language itself. But I feel a lot of people learn a language, sometimes they manage to pick up, but lose it later because they don't get to use it, because they don't know how to use it daily. But for me, I think I have mastered the language success on how to practice it in daily life. Because it's all in your head. You can think in the language that you're learning. Let's say you're learning some French or Spanish or anything. You can just keep communicating with yourself in the language. But most important thing is you have to keep hearing the language. It could be TV, it could be YouTube. Yeah, but a lot of people, they just started, they put in a lot of effort, but in the end they lose it. Like they say they have no one to speak to. When I first learned English, I had no one to speak to either, so it was just me and TV and DVDs, movies that I can communicate with. But once you get the hang of it, you can communicate at a certain level. More opportunities come, and you can create opportunities. That's what I believe. So my courses, I run 1 day per level Thai language workshop, which is very different from other people, where they do like 10 lessons, right? I'm not sure how the language class work in Canada. Is it the same?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities in Canada for people to learn language. Like here in Victoria, there's ESL, and I'm always meeting people from other countries, Japan and China and stuff, coming here and then learning English, right? My girlfriend actually is from Japan, and she's learning English as well right now. She's
Are you
always
teaching her?
thinks that, pardon?
Are you teaching her English?
Yeah, I'm trying my
Or just
best. Yeah,
speaking it to her?
yeah. I guess there's just certain things that are hard to pick up, like jokes or slang words or certain things that aren't always the
That's the
same.
fun part. I learned them from movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I think language has a lot to do with life. As in, language is not just about Thai language, Japanese, or English. It's about how we communicate with ourselves and people. That's why I link it to mindset, because we do communicate with ourselves in our mind as well. And the language that we use in talking to ourselves is very important, and it's affect our mindset. You can see some obstacle and you see it as, oh, it's difficult, I can't make it. Then you are having the negative language and you're going to not do it because you think you can't. But if you adjust your mindset that this is a learning opportunity, maybe I can give it a try and say yes to an opportunity and just figure out along the way, then that means you have a positive mindset or growth mindset, that you will be able to at least try out and see whether you are capable of doing it. If not, you can develop skill. So that's what I started this my own company called WisePolyglot. Wise is, the word wise, right? Like being wise in life. Polyglot is
yep.
about ability to speak many languages, but I myself only speak 3 languages, not like tens or something. I speak Chinese, English, and Thai. But I do
Oh,
feel
that's
the
a
most
lot.
important language is that it doesn't matter what language you speak. You can just speak one language. But the most important thing is you to speak well to yourself. So,
Yeah,
like communicate positively with people around you and yourself, and your life will become more positive and you'll live a happier life. That's what I believe in.
for sure. I think any entrepreneurs now too who are doing stuff online, to learn another language can be really helpful because you can communicate with, have more clients in other countries, right? Do you think?
Sorry, like
Like
communicate, like
if you're an entrepreneur or somebody with a business online, if you learn another language like Chinese, for example, then you can be connecting with people that speak Chinese,
right.
right? And have
Yeah,
more of a,
it's like a new. I'll say a new language that you learn will open more doors for opportunities. Maybe you have an expertise in some field, but if only you only speak English or speak your own language, it's only limited to the people from the same country or the people that speak your language. But if you can speak Japanese, for example, you can speak Thai, you can actually connect with more people, and you are able to utilize your expertise. Imagine a doctor only who speak only English. He can't work in Japan, in Thailand, in Cambodia, and somewhere else. But if he speak another language, let's say Chinese, this doctor can work in China fine, But only basic, then you'll be able to communicate only at basic level. If you really want to be good at something, you need to try to excel it to really benefit out of it. Do
Yeah,
you
for
speak
sure.
many
Okay.
languages yourself?
Well, I'm trying to learn Japanese because
Uh,
eventually I plan to move to Japan with my girlfriend for a few years, so I need to learn. Yeah.
yeah, you should. And yeah, that's romantic of you also to like try to adjust to her language and speak to her in Japanese.
Yeah,
And
thanks. I
definitely
really
you have
like to.
someone to practice with.
Yeah, I really like Japan. It's a beautiful country, so I'm happy to go. The people were so kind to me when I went and visited there, so
Okay, so your girlfriend is in Canada or in Japan right now?
she's she's here. She lives with me in Victoria,
All right.
BC right now. Yeah. And she's going to TCM for acupuncture, the college here, to learn to get a degree here in
Oh,
Canada. Yeah.
oh, okay, I see. Uh,
Okay, so the next question is, tell us about some of your biggest dreams and goals for the future.
for the future, uh, first I would say like I'm already living my dreams. My dreams when I first started learning English is to work overseas, like Singapore, and I'm already here for like the past 10 years. So now I'm doing what I love, and yeah, I'm living my dreams. My future dreams is still the current dreams, but maybe at a bigger scale. Right now, I'm doing 1 day per level Thai language workshop that integrated together with a positive mindset development, a proactive mindset development as well. In future, I would like to actually what I really want is not to just teach Thai language. I hope to help people with mindset development because there are a lot of people, especially here in Singapore, that they're quite unhappy with their life, their work. They find Singapore is quite a stressful place to live in, although it's very good in terms of facility, infrastructures, and lifestyle is very good. But the work wise, they feel that there's most of the jobs that people are doing, they feel that there's a lot of pressure from people. So I hope to be able to change. I mean, my biggest dream, if you ask me, I hope to help Singapore to become a more positive place to live in. And whoever in here, there's a lot of foreigner living in Singapore as well. I feel that Singapore has a lot of potential. It's very much like a very, I say, very comfortable, safe, clean, and convenient place to live in. I just hope that I can help people to see things from a different perspective, that you don't need to stress one another, or you don't have to like, think so negative about things, because here a lot of things are driven by fear, because they are very competitive environments. So everyone fear of losing their job, fear of not enough money, a lot of kind of fear. So I think in Thailand, where I came from, people focus on the word pleasure. They want to have a happy life. They want to enjoy life. They may not be as ambitious as people in Singapore, um, but life there is pretty much more relaxed in terms of people, because people are generally brought to grow up to be considerate, polite, and kind to one another. So I hope that I can share something from that aspect and hope to help to make Singapore a positive place to live in and less people complain that it's stressful.
Wow, that's really kind of you. Actually, it's funny because I just started talking with someone I met on LinkedIn who's from Singapore, and he was saying how stressed he is from his job and stuff.
Oh,
So funny you
he was
mentioned
saying
that.
that, right? It's like
Yeah.
almost everyone problems.
Okay,
It's a
so
common issue here. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty common. Okay, the next question is, what lessons have you learned in both your career and life which you would like to share to the others out there who could use some advice?
Yeah, I learned a lot of things. I mean, my life, I was the first few years in Singapore wasn't easy. Yeah, I was in those stressful job as well. I've been through a number of jobs, and recently I'm in a current job as a HR manager for a company for the past 10 years, and I also run my own company on the side. So what I learned from doing all this in the past was I call it entrepreneurial mindset, and you don't need to own a business to do it. Entrepreneurial mindset to me is like taking full ownership of your life. If you imagine you run your life like an employee, like I'm employee of my life, then I will just take things as it comes to me. But if you're the entrepreneur of your life, you need to manage it. You have to make every single decision for yourself. You don't just do the job because it's given to you or assigned to you. You will make your own decisions to make things happen. Or another word I call is proactive mindset. When you want something, you need to go get it, not like just wait for it to happen or just keep dreaming about it every day but never take action. So, and also about relationship with people around us. I believe if we take ownership of it, we won't label people as negative, like these people are mean, these people are not nice. I believe that humans are generally kind at heart somewhere, but maybe something happened in their life that shaped them a certain way that they may become a bit more negative. So what we can do is to focus on how can we try to understand them, and once you understand them, you will be more understood. Try to understand where they're coming from, try to adjust on how we communicate with them. But by doing that, sometimes it's very hard to handle negative people who maybe just go at you or scream at you, or not being nice or a bit selfish. So what I learned in life, besides being and having an entrepreneurial mindset, is emotional success. A lot of people look for financial success, like I want money, I want a lot of money, that kind. But they forgot that there are a lot of people out there who have a lot of money, but they're not happy and they're not satisfied and they're not fulfilled in their life. So I like to share that from my life, that it's very important to focus on emotional success, meaning that you are generally calm, stoic, you can handle this situation without being so easily panicked, or you're not overly reactive toward how people say things to you. If you stay composed and calm, actually life will get a lot easier. Imagine if someone says some nasty thing to you, you can just like want to punch him in the face, or you can just pause and think what's going on with him. Maybe he's not in the right mind or something. Maybe it's a bad day for him, and you hold that action. You didn't punch him, and instead like let's sit down and have a talk. Are you alright? Then instead of like try to fight with him, you try to understand him. Maybe he not either be your best friend, or at least it's a peaceful conversation, because it takes two to fight, right? It could be with loved one as well. If your girlfriend says something that hurt your feeling, you can just say something that hurt her as well. Or like, wait, maybe she has a bad day. Let's understand her a little bit better. So I call it like an emotional management, or EQ, whatever you call it. Or another word I like is a stoicism, meaning like you stay calm and handle things as it is without being judgmental about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny because actually the guy I interviewed earlier, he just wrote a book on Stoicism and how it's
I saw that word. I already practiced it as well.
he was
I didn't
saying
read
how,
books, but I like that word. I really like the concept. I practiced it already, and I realized that it's a term for it. That's a new English word for me.
yeah, it is really cool. I didn't know much about it either until I heard him explain it, and it totally makes sense. Yeah.
Your life would be a lot happier. I mean, anyone life who practice stoicism, it's not a religion. It's just a concept of life on staying calm and deal with it anyway.
Yeah. It is related with Buddhism and acceptance and tolerance, right?
Well, I'm not sure what's the exact definition, but I think I'm kind of practicing it. Like, if you are seeing things as it is, you don't keep like too much emotional attachment to it. You look at it from the outsider perspective. Imagine something happened to your friend and he share with you, my life is da da da, my boss do this to me, and if it happens to you, you feel like, oh my god, But it happened to your friend, maybe you just listen more strategically, like, or maybe this is because of this and that. So if you look at your life the same way, as your life is not yours, and it's just something that happened to someone, and you try to deal with it, you think more logically instead of emotionally.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. There was some really good wisdom there and gems of knowledge that you just explained. So I'll probably go back and watch this again after myself, take some notes.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
so
You like that.
yeah,
Glad you
thank
like it.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your views on the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. I feel like for me, maybe it's based on my values. I think it's important to be able to live the life you dream of. But before you do that, you need to have some self-actualization. A lot of people, if people can, like the hierarchy, what they call the the psychology hierarchy. What's that name? Have you heard of it? Basically, there's this they say, right, people needs, like when you don't have money, you will have a physical need first. You need food to eat, need air to breathe. But once you have enough money that you can kind of survive well or pay the bills, then the next step to go to is self-actualization, or knowing what you want in life. A lot of people are not happy, not because they really in a horrible situation, but because they don't know what they want and they just keep doing things that they don't want, like going to work, stay in a job that they hate, but because it pays the bill.
Yeah.
I believe we should look, how to say, we should try to work towards our dreams every day, whether it's the small steps, very small steps, but just have to keep progressing toward the things that you want. But a lot of people don't know what their dreams are. They know that they want a lot of money, they want holidays, they want a good life, but you can't get paid doing that unless you're a travel blogger or something. You have to think about what you're willing to do and happy to do, feel like playing to you, but you get paid out of it. And when you are doing what you love, you're very motivated, and you will benefit people that you work with, in whatever job that you are in or any business that you do. So most important thing is to be able to do what you love and do it well so that it benefit others. And when you are able to benefit others, you're helping people improve life in some way. If you're a good accountant, you make your clients happy, your boss who need that service happy. If you're a good lawyer, you're ethical, have good morals, people are happy, to be able to tap onto your expertise. So whatever you do, love what you do your best, and make sure you're able to help others in some way through what you do.
Yeah, for sure. I think that ties in with spiritual views too. If people believe in any spiritual paths, that it's true that you want also to balance like your integrity and your morals with your financial goals. So that was a good point for sure. So the next question is, what is your daily routine look like, and how do you stay motivated and productive?
Well, my days are kind of different. I work 3 days for other people in a week, and the rest of the time, I work on my dreams. And actually, both are my dreams as well, because as a HR manager, I get to meet people, I get to interview people, and uh, talk to them about their performance. But if I see my job as a HR, then I won't get to do any other thing like training and coaching. But I see myself as a coach. I'm not there to judge their performance, but to understand the situation and to help them perform better. Just like for my Thai language business or Thai language workshop, I communicate with my students daily to make sure that they are, somehow taking some actions to learn Thai, even a small step. And also at the same time, I'll be sharing things for some useful insight for them to learn Thai daily. Because if I don't communicate with them, I think they have a reason to say that I have no one to talk to. I don't get to use it often. So I took it in my own hand that I have to keep sending them some information to learn Thai. And for people around me, whoever I come into contact with, I will try to, if they need help or if they're open to it, I would like to share what I learned from my life. I'm not a like know-it-all person, but I always believe in self-improvement. So I try to learn new things all the time, improve my soft skill, my way of thinking, communication skill, and everything. So whatever I can share with people around me, I'll try. How do I stay motivated? I learned something recently about mid of last year when I first launched my first workshop. Actually, I've been dreaming of doing it for like 15 years or something, but I never really did it because I feel like, well, it's too much. Like, I don't know where to start. So I just get a like office job and just keep on doing it. I'm happy with my job as well. So I don't mind not doing it. But then one day I talked to someone, which is my old student. I realized that he's quite a successful person. And I just by observing how he does things, how he liaisons with me and his customer. And I realized that he take action really fast. He want to meet me for lunch. He said, just do it. Let's do it tomorrow. he want to help me with my Thai language video. He said, let's do it tomorrow. I said, I don't know what to do with the video. He said like, oh, just get out, like just get out and meet me. I'll prepare everything. We'll figure out. I have got someone to help you with. I engage the videographer. He want to help me advertise my course. So his name is Brad, in case he's watching. So I kind of like got inspired by his action that he's really fast. He wants something, he just go get it. I will have to think about it for a while. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Or when I have time, I will do it. So I learned from seeing his action that if you want something, just do it now. Like don't wait. So if I feel like I want to do this lesson, like a small bite-sized lesson, I'll just create it now if I can. Even I'm eating or something, or usually on the bus on the way to work. Because I have some downtime that I can just use that to work toward my dreams. And if I feel like, basically, if you feel like doing something, don't wait until tomorrow. If you can do it now, you do it now. You get one thing done. Next minute, some ideas come up. Even if you cannot do it, write it down so that you can fall back on it. And I'll get this done. Put it in your to-do list. That's what I do. I'll put things that I want to do. I can't do it now. Maybe it takes longer time than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'll just put it in my to-do list.
Yeah, otherwise, if it comes up in the mind and you don't write it down, then chances are it just fades or disappears with all the other stuff coming in the day, right? So it's really important to write down ideas that come, for sure.
Good ideas come up only like that few seconds. If you don't write it down, it's just gone.
Yeah, totally. Tony Robbins actually says a famous quote. He says, never leave the sight of a goal without doing something towards its attainment. So that's similar to what you said, right? Taking some little action, no matter what it is, right? You understand?
Yeah, small actions. I have multiple Facebook pages, not because I'm really doing all sort of business, but I have that ideas. Like, for example, like positive parenting. Because I have 2 kids and I teach them, I try to integrate my coaching to them in the form of positive parenting. Sometimes I have some ideas, some words that I share with them, or some article that I read. Instead of just keep it to myself or read it alone, I share it to my page. And then my friends who have kids, if they like it, they can learn something out of it. So I feel like the knowledge should be shared, not to kept to myself, because that way I can benefit people around me better. And when I have an idea about dating, helping people to get a date, like maybe they're a bit socially awkward, they don't know how to talk or connect to new people, I'll just key at a Facebook page like dating tips. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not a dating coach officially, but I have something to say though. But so what I do is like whenever I find something interesting, I'll just share to that page. I have a lot of pages. Not all of them are my business, but it's just my ideas, and I hope somehow it's benefit someone who is looking for it.
Yeah, nice. It's pretty impressive, actually, how many things you've accomplished and how many things you're doing. You've learned 3 languages. You started learning when you were pretty young, and you've done a lot in your life. It's impressive for me because I'm kind of new in the entrepreneur field, so it makes me pumped up, want to do more, go towards my goals too.
Yeah, it's like really life changes. I would say like language really changed my life. If I didn't learn English at 17 years old and took many years to master it, at least 2 years of intensive learning. Actually, probably another 5 years, 7 years later as well. But the first 2 years was more intense because I struggled with a lot of things, grammar, structure, pronunciation. But after 2 years, I managed to get myself into an international university where English is being used daily. But of course, my classmate was still Thai, so I have a choice to speak to them in Thai, or most likely we'll speak to each other in Thai. But I try to locate myself strategically next to foreign students, so I get to speak more English. Yeah, so I made more foreign friends because in international universities we have like 10, probably 5 to 10% of foreign students. So I make sure I hang out with them so I get to speak English more. And Chinese is something I learned as 20 something, and Thai Chinese in my blood, but not in my native language. My parents didn't really speak to me in Mandarin. They more like spoke to me in Thai, so I got to learn it at 20 something. It's not so young, 22 I think. Yeah, and it took me about 2 years well to just pick up to intermediate level. Then I got a job in Singapore. I moved here. Then I got to speak Chinese more often. And I actually never learned Sin, but it's just about using it daily. And it just come to me naturally. I think for Chinese, I learn like a kid. English, I can't. I have to put in effort because there's a lot of grammar.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think it's good for anybody in Singapore or Thailand to first, like at a young age, start off by learning English before they get into other dreams or goals, or if they want to start a business? Do you think that for them to start learning English is the best step to take?
I think now because because the internet is so widely used, everyone has access to learning source. Last time you have to buy a lot of English books and even buy a lot of device and tools to learn English. Now you can just go online and learn. Actually, if someone in Thailand like have dreams for doing business overseas or getting a job overseas, you don't wait until you graduate and then learn English to come to Singapore. You learned it. If you're still in school, you learn it now, or even you're already in a job. If you ever have a dreams that need you to go overseas or deal with an international company, do it now. And there's no downside of learning a language. There's no disadvantage of to knowing too many languages, right? But yeah, it's good to, for me, I will prefer to focus one language at a time. But for some people, they can multitask. I'm not sure, it's up to them. But I feel that language do open door for new opportunities, and it really changed my life. I wouldn't be here working in an office job, doing a HR manager job if I couldn't speak any English. I have a lot of Thai friends living in Singapore. They are not to say friends, but people I know online. They are working in F&B or food and beverage business as waitress, even though they have degree, because of they are not able to speak English much. So they only can take the job that maybe lower pay and do not require them to speak much English on the job. So I think language skill is very important.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for sharing that. And anybody else out there who sees this might find that a helpful tip right there for sure. So the next question is, what has been the happiest moment of your life? A memory that really shines for you?
I don't have a really one single happiest moment, but I think I'm generally very happy now. Happy is actually not the term that I would like to. It's not my life goal. It's not just happiness. My goal is fulfillment. Because happy, you got a new gift, you got something you like, you're happy for a short period of time. But if you do something you love, you feel that you can impact life, you can help others. The fulfillment that you get is not like a very peak high up, like, oh, I'm so excited, but you just feel like the fulfillment is that here is like that deep down in your heart and it lasts long. So that's why just a few months ago I ran a workshop on mindset for success and fulfillment. Originally, I put it at mindset for success, but later on I add and fulfillment because success alone is not enough. It is a lot of people relate the word success to finance, to number, but actually emotional success is important and fulfillment in life is very important. You may not be rich, but if you are fulfilled, you feel rich.
Yeah, I totally agree. You must have had good parents to teach you those kind of morals and stuff because you really understand them well.
I think I kind of self-taught, but my mom did like she didn't study a lot. I'm not like from a very like high class family, just an average family with a small business. My mom only studied to primary four, but she showed it to action that she is quite an entrepreneur herself. She wants something, she go get it. Even at about 60 years old something, she decided to kind of risk all her savings to build an apartment building for rent. It's like most people, it's like you just enjoy this money and then use it for retirement. She willing to put it to invest in building the apartment, the whole building for like 44 rooms to rent out, so that she makes sure that her kid has something left behind if she's gone. Then she even so considerate to think of us when we all so big already and we can make our own money. But she's just so thoughtful and always plan for the future of her kids and everyone. She didn't say much like in terms of personal development or you would have to take what course, but she was the one who initiated me to learn English. She's like, you free during summer break, why don't you just go and learn something, how about English? I said yes to it, and I didn't know why I will use don't I didn't know what I will use it for, but it was a life-changing moment. Yeah. That the moment I learned something, I realized I was actually a design student most part of my life. So academic is not my thing. I'm not like a scientific kind of a mathematic kind of student. So I only like draw and design more. But because she asked me to learn English as another skills, and I realized that I can master learning a language better than design skills. Uh, I was only an average design student, but Yeah, but when I learn language, I feel I pick up a lot faster. Maybe I found my gift or my passion by doing it. So, sometimes you thought that you'll be A, but life kind of give you B, and you took it anyway, and you realize that actually B is what you want.
Yeah, for sure. I think anybody out there trying to find what they want to do as starting a business, you might not find the right thing right away. You might have to try a few different things to see, and then find something you're passionate about. That's important, something you enjoy to work on.
Failures is good
Okay.
though. Sometimes you fail something, but you learn something new. You
Yeah.
learn what you don't want. You learn what went wrong, and then you apply it to the next effort that you will take, and it will turn out to it will improve you as a person. Yeah, sometimes life doesn't have to be like you do something you love, everything will be smooth. If you can overcome obstacle, then things will get better from there.
Yeah, for sure. Take every failure, every hardship as a learning process, right, towards your
Right, right.
destiny.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what are you the most proud of right now in your life?
I'm proud of what I'm doing right now. Because I feel that I'm living my dream. At 17 years old, when I first started English, I dream of working overseas. And after graduate, I looked for a job in Singapore from Thailand, and I managed to get one. There was some rough year in the first 2 years. I changed 4 jobs in the first 1 year plus, actually, until I found this job that I've been with for the past 10 years. So I'm grateful that I'm able to do what I set myself for, like able to master the language, being able to move overseas to work. I dream of having a happy family. Now I do. I have two lovely kids, 5 years old and 2 years old. And happily married and doing what I love. So overall, all aspect of my life are good now. And I hope that I can help others to achieve their dreams as well.
And you think a lot of that, everything you achieved, it started with mindset? Like you had a positive mindset to begin with? You must have, right?
Yes, yes, you just said a keyword. I think it's about mindset. A lot of people say they can't have this, they can't achieve things in life because they need to be practical. But I would say just that's a dream. And when you dream, you just take action toward your dream every day, no matter how big and small. And if whenever you have like you feel that you have self-limiting belief, something telling you that no, you can't, or someone telling you, yeah, you believe in it, go for it. If you fail, you learn something. You know what you can and what you can, and you will adjust you'll pick up the skills. You can't always learn from success. Sometimes you learn from failure, but it's all about mindset. Don't blame. I've seen people. I work with a lot of people. I interview like hundreds of people in my life, and work with many. I feel that people who are not successful or the average performer or people who are underperforming, they generally feel that when something go wrong, it's because of external reason. But I feel it's all about internal. If someone is not treating you well, maybe you don't treat them well because they're not treating you well. If you adjust from your side, the world will change accordingly. Won't be perfect. I mean, negative people are still negative, but at least they'll be nicer to you. And
Yeah.
yeah, like if you have a bad boss, you keep blaming your boss, and you're very cold with your boss, and you talk sarcastic, or you just being like you couldn't care less about your boss will feel it and sense it and won't be nice to you. If your spouse is not loving, then you should be the one loving first or put in effort, and you will see the change. We are the influencer of everyone around us. If we can adjust our action, our mindset first, then after you can adjust your mindset, you'll be able to adjust your action. Then the circumstances around you will change.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. So thank you so much tonight, Natalie. And before we end, I'd just like to say, is there ways that anybody can connect with you and learn more about you? Maybe at the end of this video, you could post in the comments section links to your website or your Facebook pages. So if people want to connect more or even hire you, they can.
Yes, I have a Facebook page for my coaching. It's called Mindset Development by Natalie Guo. If it's too long, then you can look me up on LinkedIn, Natalie Guo as well. For Kun Kunut, which is the account I'm using now, it's pretty much for Thai language lesson, but I will use it for coaching as well. You can call me Natalie if you are more of an English speaker. Nut is my Thai nickname. Kunkur is the word teacher. So you can look for Kunkur Nut, Natalie Guo. Yeah, or later on, I'll put the link below that you can find me and connect with me, or ask me some advice about your life if you need to.
All right, I'll also put your links in after when I upload this to YouTube in the details of the YouTube video for if anybody sees this and wants to connect on there as well. So any final words before we finish?
Just maybe the few things that I have commented before is about being entrepreneur of your life. Don't deal with your life as if you're an employee. You manage every single thing in your life as you're the business owner of your life, and take care of your emotions as well. So you will have emotional success, which leads to many all kinds of success. Don't throw temper, don't be mad easily. But how to do that? If you're not sure, okay, you can private message me. We can talk further about it. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day, Natalie.
You too. Thank you, Jake. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.